It is incredibly easy to adopt a label. Anyone can call themselves a good person or a believer and blend right into the crowd. The real challenge comes when you actually have to back that title up with action. Look at this handwritten journal entry. The author calls this passive middle ground the almost life. It's a state of spiritual coasting. You aren't fully rejecting faith, but you aren't committing to it. You try to ride two horses at once, hoping to stay comfortable. The immediate result of this middle ground is a continuous loop of false starts. You build up the desire to change, maybe read a few chapters or make a quick resolution, but the momentum vanishes as quickly as it arrives. Hiding behind a label doesn't offer a safe harbor. It is a state of total spiritual paralysis. By avoiding a firm decision, you guarantee you will never move forward at all. The external mask of a label eventually peels away to reveal an internal reality, the hidden things. The journal shows exactly what this means, the thoughts, actions, and regrets buried deep in our hearts. Because they remain unaddressed, these secrets act like building steam. They fester, rotting away at the soul, manifesting as deep anxiety and depression. But the pressure has to go somewhere. The only way to stop the buildup is to actively confess and repair these issues before the internal pressure causes a catastrophic blowout. The almost life effectively kills the soul from the inside out, fueled by unaddressed anxiety and deep spiritual dissonance. True commitment operates as a strict binary. Looking at these notes on the Gospel of Luke, the rule is laid out plainly. You are either for it or against it. There is no in between. God demands all your energy, not a fraction of it. This commitment functions as a daily mechanic. Every morning brings a new, conscious choice between life and death, and the decision remains entirely in our court. Once you make that definitive choice, you have to prove it. Internal feelings and good intentions do not count unless they manifest as external actions. The author points to the story of the Good Samaritan as the standard. True followers are identified exclusively by the fruits they bear. Without action, words are completely empty and meaningless. Spiritual legitimacy is not a vague state of mind. It is a verifiable, unbroken chain of daily actions. Enacting that kind of change requires extreme persistence. The notes capture this perfectly. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. You have to fight with a level of desperation that refuses to take no for an answer. But fighting relentlessly often leads to burnout. This creates a paradox. How do you push with everything you have, while also recognizing that ultimate control is impossible? If you fall into either extreme, you lose. You can stress and consume yourself over managing every tiny detail, or you can throw your hands up, give up entirely, and become a passive observer in your own life. The correct path requires balance. You must actively do your part, putting in the effort to cultivate your specific abilities. But when it comes to the final result, you have to acknowledge that control is an illusion and let go. True maturity is learning how to hold both of these truths at once, fighting for your life with relentless effort while completely surrendering the anxiety of the outcome. Lived reality provides the ultimate proof for these concepts, specifically in the author's battle with addiction. After a history of false starts, the commitment held. The page states, "On 10/11/2026, I started my life of being sober." The mechanics weren't glamorous. There was no instant magic trick. The author won by working on it one single day at a time. Starting and failing is a completely normal part of the process. A temporary failure can be overcome, but refusing to start guarantees permanent failure. Escaping the almost life requires a rigorous shift in how you view time. Waiting for tomorrow is a dangerous gamble, because tomorrow is a resource you are never guaranteed. The journal lays down a strict new standard. We must operate with extreme urgency. Each day, we should live our lives as if today was the day. This hyper-awareness of time forces you to reevaluate every thought, decision, and priority. Abandoning the almost life stops you waiting in the wings. You transform from a passive observer into a fully committed participant, actively fighting for your spiritual rescue.